Monday 21st of July. I only came to the allotment to see whether it was flooded or not, and it's not. But the pathway in is flooded, so my shoes, I had to walk through water to get here, so these shoes will be going in the wash when I get home. So I forked this over last week. I didn't actually dig it properly. What I did was just lever up, put the fork in and lever it up, just like you'd do with a broad fork. And I was thinking, I didn't leave it like this. So you can see there's I don't know whether you can see or not, but like there's a trench where the earth's away from the grass. Now my plot neighbour Keith has done this before, earlier this year, or late last year, and I think he's done it again, because all I was doing, I was just levering it up, and you can see there's a good 3 inches of gap there, and you can see there's a spade mark there in that soil, and I wasn't using a spade, I was using a fork. But what the clincher is where I was planting these peppers last week, I then mulched it. So we've now got soil sitting on top of the mulch. So that's come out of this being scooped away from the edge and moved away. Because what Keith wants, he wants a drainage channel down here to run water away from his plot here. So there's a pipe under the ground from that plot above there, diagonally across here to my plot, and I highly suspect it was Keith who installed it. Because the thing is, his plot would actually benefit from being flooded, because it would kill all the mice and rats he's got under his shed. So I don't like the idea of my plot being interfered with. The thing is, I've got my own plans here, because I don't know. So the water flows from down up there to down there, and Keith's idea is to have it flow away. Well, I also want it. The main thing I've been working on in the 3 years since I had this plot is water management and water flow. So, you know, we've got some deceptive things here. So, what I've done, although I've raised this footpath here, it's still predominantly made of clay. So, although this is still lower than my plot, this is actually the dam which keeps the water in my plot so it doesn't dry out. And here, where the ground is raised, that's nearly all wood chip. So although this looks like it might be a dam, this is actually the opposite. This down here is a ditch to collect water and soak it up. And this is what I'm trying to do with my plot, with all this wood chip on the top. That's supposed to soak up the water. And the hugel culture and all the wood that I've buried underneath my plot to raise the ground, that's supposed to soak up water and to raise the soil above the ground. Because the thing which I found weird last week when I was forking this over was that bit of ground there, that was all soft, and then the last 2 feet next to the grass path, this was hard to fork. It was hard to get the fork in, and the soil was a lot drier. So I don't know whether that's because this 2 feet here is closer to the lawn, and the grass sort of absorbs all the water and transpires it out, or because Keith has like previously moved the wood chip away from the edge, and there's less wood chip here, that the soil was less protected or whatever, and so dried out more. So I don't know about that. The thing is, I've got my own plans here, so I'm going to counteract this thing here. I'm going to do the same thing I did over there. I'm going to dig a trench, put the soil out, put wood chip in the bottom, then put the soil back on top. Because the thing is, this bit floods here, and not just my plot, but the actual lawn itself. The grass path floods along here. So this is lower down anyway. So that's what I'll be doing. I'll be doing that next week, because I have to finish planting things out on the plot first. So I'll do that this week, and then I'll install my new well, it's sort of like a if it's like wood chips instead of rotten logs, that's still effectively hugelkultur, although it's on a shorter scale span, in that the wood will decompose quicker. So I'll do my line down here. I'll do that next week. The other thing I've done, I was watching a couple of videos last night about how to maintain your giant pumpkin. So I've tried moving this branch further away here, but I think it's already rubbing against the pumpkin there, so I don't know what we can do about that. And then I've also tried lifting that up as well. I suppose what I haven't done yet is lift the pumpkin up and see whether I can move it more this way. So I'll have a quick go at that now, but I haven't got my tripod there, so I'll do that off film. Right, so I'm going to get my feet wet again going home, and then if I come to the allotment this evening or this afternoon, I'll go and use the other entrance over that way. So you go down that road there and around the corner and through that entrance, so that won't get flooded. Or it might be that after a few hours, of it being dry, that it will dry up there. So I suppose that the reason it's not flooding, although we've had so much rain recently here, is that the water table was lower. Right, so that's enough of me rambling. So I'll be going to Curry's later this morning, Curry's / PC World, see how good my credit is. Because I don't really have the money to buy a new computer until next week. But this is how things are, aren't they? If you have a broken computer, you want a new one straight away. So I'll be going in a couple of hours, see whether I can get a new laptop.